Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we'll be exploring the brutal reign of Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration behind Bram Stoker's Dracula. Vlad the Impaler was a 15th-century ruler of Wallachia, a region of present-day Romania. He was notorious for his cruel methods of punishment, including impaling his enemies on stakes. His reputation for brutality and terror inspired Bram Stoker to create one of the most famous characters in horror literature, Dracula. In this video, we will delve into the life and legacy of Vlad the Impaler, exploring his methods of torture, his relationship with the Ottoman Empire, and the influence he had on Bram Stoker's Dracula. Vlad III, also known as Vlad Dracula, was born in 1431 in the Transylvanian city of Sighisoara. He was the second son of Vlad II Dracul, who was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order founded by the King of Hungary to defend Christendom against the Ottoman Turks. Vlad III grew up in a turbulent time, with Wallachia constantly under threat from the Ottomans. When Vlad II Dracul was assassinated in 1447, Vlad III and his younger brother Radu were taken hostage by the Ottomans as a guarantee of their father's loyalty. Vlad III spent several years in captivity, during which time he was subjected to physical and psychological abuse. In 1456, Vlad III returned to Wallachia and took the throne, with the support of the boyars, the powerful nobles who ruled the country. Vlad's reign was marked by his efforts to maintain independence from the Ottoman Empire. He launched several military campaigns against the Ottomans, earning him a reputation as a fierce warrior. However, it was Vlad's cruelty and brutality that would come to define his reign. Vlad the Impaler was known for his cruel and brutal methods of punishment, with impalement being his most infamous technique. Impalement involved driving a long sharpened stake through the victim's body, often starting at the anus or genitals and exiting through the mouth or chest. The stake was then erected upright, with the victim left to suffer a slow and painful death. Vlad's use of impalement was not limited to criminals or enemies of the state. He also used it as a means of intimidation and psychological warfare. For example, when the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II sent an envoy to negotiate with Vlad in 1460, Vlad had the envoy impaled and left on display outside his palace as a warning to the Sultan. Impalement was not the only form of punishment used by Vlad. He was also known to use methods such as skinning, boiling, burning, and mutilation. For example, he reportedly had the breasts of women who committed adultery cut off, and the noses of people who lied or committed other offenses were sliced off. He even had a special room in his palace where he would impale guests who he suspected of treachery or who displeased him in some way. While Vlad's methods of punishment were undoubtedly barbaric, they were also effective in maintaining his power and intimidating his enemies. His reputation for brutality helped him to maintain control over Wallachia and deter foreign invaders. However, his cruelty also made him many enemies, both within and outside his kingdom, and ultimately contributed to his downfall. Vlad's brutal methods of punishment and his military campaigns against the Ottomans earned him the nickname Vlad the Impaler among his enemies. However, Vlad's relationship with the Ottoman Empire was complex. At times, he was forced to pay tribute to the Ottomans in order to maintain peace. In 1462, the Ottomans launched a major invasion of Wallachia, and Vlad was forced to flee. He eventually returned to power with the help of Hungarian and Transylvanian forces, but his reign was never secure. Vlad the Impaler's reign was marked by cruelty and brutality, but it also had a lasting impact on the history and culture of Romania. Vlad has become a national hero in Romania, celebrated for his efforts to defend the country against the Ottomans. His legacy has been immortalized in literature, art, and film, with Bram Stoker's Dracula being one of the most famous examples. Bram Stoker's Dracula was published in 1897, and although Stoker never visited Romania, he drew heavily on the history and folklore of the region to create his iconic vampire character. The name Dracula itself means son of the dragon in Romanian, a nod to Vlad's father, who was a member of the Order of the Dragon. Stoker also borrowed elements of Vlad's cruelty and brutality, including his use of impalement, to create the terrifying character of Count Dracula. However, it's important to note that while Vlad the Impaler inspired aspects of Dracula, the two are not identical. Vlad was a warrior and ruler, while Dracula is a vampire who feeds on the blood of his victims. Nevertheless, Vlad's influence on Dracula has had a lasting impact on popular culture, with countless movies, books, and TV shows featuring vampire characters inspired by Stoker's creation. Vlad the Impaler was a complex and controversial figure in history, whose legacy has endured through the centuries. His brutal methods of punishment and his efforts to defend Wallachia against the Ottoman Empire have made him a national hero in Romania, while his influence on Bram Stoker's Dracula has made him a cultural icon around the world. While we may never know the full extent of Vlad's reign or the truth behind the legends that surround him, his impact on history and popular culture is undeniable. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this exploration of the bloody reign of Vlad the Impaler.